I can remember, I didn't know much about Hart County when I was coaching and around Central Hardin, but one thing I did know was everybody always talked about Hart County girls basketball program, and they've had some really good basketball teams, and it's always been a pride of Hart County. And John has done a really good job of keeping that going, and speaking with Jessica, she's very excited. I can see it in her voice, and she's got a lot of energy that she's going to bring in the program. And I think she'll do a really good job, but we're excited to have her, and I think we got a lot of good years ahead of us. She's put a good staff together. She's got some coaches that will really work hard for her, and so we're excited that it's anytime you can hire somebody within, and then you can get somebody to come back that's played here and knows what it means more to them than it does for somebody else. So that's good. So I'll turn it over to Ms. Jessica if you want to come over here and sit down, and we'll let Tony. This is Tony from KySports. He's going to ask you some questions, and then we'll let her. You can start off with saying whatever you want to say first of all.
All right, can you all hear me okay? Loud and clear? Okay, first I just want to thank you all for coming. It means a lot to look out here and see the support and, you know, all the phone calls and the text messages that I've received over the past couple days. It really means a lot. I want to give all the praise and glory to God, because without him none of this would be possible, and he's really blessed me over the past few years. Thanks to my family for their support and going with me on my adventures, and not only my family, but you know, my basketball family as well, who last year helped watch the kids when my family couldn't be there. So I just want to thank them for the support. I want to thank Coach Griffin and Angela and the athletic department and Mr. Cecil and the staff at Hart County for giving me this opportunity and putting their trust and faith in me. I have been blessed to have some really great coaches throughout my basketball career, and I've worked with some great coaches, and I truly feel like that's going to help me a lot. And I'm excited about my staff, really excited about the staff that I have, excited to have Whitney on board. And you know, we go way back, and just the trust and the confidence that I have in her and that we have in each other is really, really going to help a lot this year. So I just want to thank you all, and I'm very excited.
So other than being a former player here, what attracted you to this job?
I'm a hometown girl, so I'm from Hart County. I went to Memorial Elementary School, and speaking of the former coaches that I've had, Johnny Russell at Memorial, it really just all started out with him, and just the basic fundamentals that he taught us when I was playing at such a young age really just helped to show me that, you know, in life it's more than just basketball. And with all of the coaches that I feel like I've had throughout my career, it's more than just a game. It's, you know, those life skills that we need. And I want to make a difference in the lives of others, and I truly feel like sports can do that.
Well, you mentioned about Hart County making a difference for your players. How did it make a difference for you?
So I played in high school under Tommy Adams, who was probably one of, if not the toughest coaches here. And I just remember being in middle school playing, and he would come and support and watch and be a part of the program even at such a young age. Just being able to see him and that presence of him being there really helped me and encouraged me to be the best version of a basketball player that I could be. So growing up with Tommy Adams and him throughout all the time that I was playing, just helping me to, I guess, constructive criticism and teaching me the game of basketball.
In what ways is the game of basketball different now than when you were a player?
Well, that's a very good question. I feel like now you have to build the culture that you want. And, you know, we all know that it's ever changing. And it all goes back to your players. And what you can say to one player, you may not be able to say to another player. So I think as a coach, you have to be able to understand each player. And, that changes from season to season. It could even could be game to game, depending on what's going on. So I really think that you have to understand and get to know your players.
What are some of your short-term and what are some of your long-term goals for the program?
I like to win. I want to win. Everyone that knows me knows that I am a competitor. I love competition. I love to compete. I hate to lose in anything. I want to win. So obviously, short-term goals, we win. And then communication is something that I really want to stress this year for the team. And it's something that I feel like we have lacked. And that's something that's going to take time. But it is one of those short-term goals that, each day we can work on communicating in practice, on and off the floor. I really want to work on that. I want to work on playing with passion, and, the word enthusiasm comes up, and I feel like it's used a lot, but I'm very animated at times, and I have a lot of energy, and I would like to see that out of my players. And I know that Coach Griffin mentioned, Hart County basketball. I remember growing up, when we would walk into a gym, the other teams would say, that's Hart County. That's Hart County Lady Raiders. So we have to watch out for them. And I want to get that back. I want it to be, we're playing Hart County today. Oh my goodness, they are at the top. I want to build that program back to where when we walk in a gym, players and coaches and everyone there, they know who we are.
I found that a lot of high school players like to play AAU basketball because it's fun compared to high school. How can you instill some of that funness into the game of high school?
I think that's something that honestly Coach Bird has really emphasized with me a lot because, playing for Tommy Adams in high school and then playing college basketball, especially in college, it wasn't very fun. And even at times with Tommy Adams, it wasn't very fun. We won, but it wasn't very fun. And that's something that I feel like has also changed throughout the years is you have to have some fun so that the girls want to play. And that's something, honestly, as a coach that I need to work on, and I'm trying to incorporate that. So it starts with summer ball. We are here to get better. We want to win. We want to compete. But also, when season starts in October, I want to have girls who want to be there. I don't want to burn them out. I think AAU is great. I think it's a great opportunity. But, with practice sometimes, giving the girls a choice means a lot, too. It goes a long way. Giving the girls the option of, hey, do you want to do this? Or what do you think we need to work on today? Just letting them have a voice, I think, matters a lot.
What is your familiarity with your players that you have right now?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
How familiar are you with the players that you have right now?
So last year I worked under Coach Bird and I was the JV coach, and I feel like that will help me this year transition to head coach because I already have a relationship with those younger players. And 7th and 8th grade, I coached at Lee Grand Elementary School a couple years ago, so I've developed a relationship with them. And something that I really want to work on is players not being afraid to come and speak to me. So just, an open door policy. I'm here for you, no matter if it's not even related to basketball. I'm here for you. So I think I'm on a good start with that relationship, and I just want to continue that.
So how does that work into how you will relate to the community as well as the parents of the players?
So I'm really big on communication, and I think, being transparent and letting players, parents, the community know what Hart County Lady Raider basketball is about. I think that's going to help a lot, and just having that open door policy to parents, if you have problems, you can come and speak to me, and just being very approachable.
What kind of things can we expect to see as far as fans, as far as the product on the court? Maybe describe some of your style of play and some of the philosophies that you have.
So I think it goes back to me being very energetic, and as a guard, I like to push the ball. I like to get up and down the floor, and that's something that you're going to be able to see us do a lot this year. We have we will have a smaller team, so we should be pretty quick. And, trapping, moving the ball quickly, running the floor, that's something that I really want to push this year. And being very scrappy and aggressive. I really want us to work on being more aggressive with the basketball and on defense as well.
What are some of your plans to help get your players to the next level? Or some of the things that you will do to develop these players for the next level?
So you mean like college level
Since you already are familiar with what it takes to play at that level, what are some of the things you're going to help them do to prepare for that?
So I would like to work on punctuality. We had an issue with that a little bit last year with being on time, and I feel like it starts with our senior leaders setting a good example. And practice starts at 3 o'clock. I expect you on the floor no later than 2:50. So I think it starts with punctuality, just a commitment, and showing them that tough love. Because if you want to go to the next level, it's more like a job. It's not like it is in high school. And I think to understand and to realize who would like to go to the next level, I'll really be able to push them.
Talk a little bit about how you will teach the players how to handle adversity.
I think it starts with setting a good example with myself and my staff. I know there will be times where we have decisions to make and things will come up, but I think just being a good role model and setting an example and, being calm, not jumping at something quickly and saying, you got to fight through it. And that mentality of working hard and never giving up. And that's something else that I would like to instill in the players is, we're going to find a way to win. You need to find a way, fight, and never give up.
How surprising would your high school self be to be sitting up here as the new coach?
I would say probably very surprised, just because in high school, and you all know, when you're younger, you have dreams of doing different things. I wanted to be a lawyer. I'll never forget when I was a senior in high school, and senior night, they said my name. I wanted to go to college. I wanted to be a lawyer. And, now that's far from my list of things I want to do, but I think it just all goes back to my coaches as well. I'll never forget, this is college, but my college coach would get so upset at us and so frustrated. And as a player, I never really understood that. I'm like, it's just a game. Why is he getting so upset? We won. Why is he mad? Why is he fussing at me? But something that he said that really stuck with me is that he said, I hope one day some of you all grow up to be coaches, because then you will realize how frustrating it is when you have a player with so much potential and so much talent and they don't use it. And I think that's important as a coach, to see that, and you have to help those players with that. That's something that you have to help them with. You have to help them develop and that confidence to reach that potential. So I think my high school self will be very surprised, but also proud.
My last question is, when it's all said and done, first, what do you hope to have gotten out of this? And how did your previous experience set you up or prepare you to be the head coach?
My previous experience, I coached under Peter DeStefano at Metcalfe County for a year, and he was one who just threw me out there. And it was basically, you have JV, do what you want. I know Whitney has coached under him as well. And, as a new coach, that's scary, but you also have to just grow up and learn what to do. And I think that helps a lot. Now, last year with Coach Berg, I cannot say enough good things about what he has helped me with. And even today, calling me on the phone to talk to me and just helping me and wanting to see me be successful. And I think it takes a team. I still talk to my coaches from Johnny Russell in elementary school, Tommy Adams, my college coach, just spoke with him last week. And, that's something that I want to develop with my players. after it's all said and done, when basketball is over, you know, I want them to remember the life lessons that I was able to teach them about commitment and dedication and being on a team.
Well, Hart County has always been very supportive of KySports.TV, and we wish you the best and much success for your team.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tony and KySports.TV for making this happen. He said he'll have it posted later on this afternoon if you want to watch it. So,
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you.
We're excited to have you. Whitney, you and Angela will come get your picture taken.
Yes, you do.
Tony,
Yes, you do.
Tony, we take a picture with Cindy, give you a picture.